I think that the second most interest that I have is on electric geology, to understand how the Earth has been sculpted by these catastrophic forces, electrical forces, and that we're just starting to understand how these forces, arise out of the Earth, how the sun and the galactic energies come into the Earth, and how some of these more intense experiences. I mean, it doesn't matter whether it was a planet or a comet or whatever, or it was rays, CMEs. Something has happened to the Earth's surface to transform it in multiple ways, and there's this wonderful inquiry that every year you come to this conference, or you read people's work, see their videos, and you go, oh, well, they're starting to discover this process. They're like the sun's coronal loops, that they're visible in the sun and they're dynamic. Well, you can have that on Earth too. And so they may have driven some of this upheaval, and vast, burning materials moving across the landscape, and just all these incredible, you see in the Southwest, you see all these catastrophized landscapes, and you know that something happened there. And it's not millions of years ago, it's probably thousands of years ago. So there's an explanation for that, instead of thinking, oh, it's just, millions of years and it's a erosion process, and, given enough time, of course, it'll end up in some weird, shape or something like that. So I'm really interested in the geology.
Give us an example.
Well, I think, they're talking about in Utah, the San Rafael swell, and how these mountain ranges are showing burnt, fused material, thrown up in these chevron shapes. You're talking about, mountain formation that was done in a day. There were these processes that just are beyond the scale of what we can imagine, but the evidence is there for these hypersonic winds and heat, and so it's just, I don't know, it's just a kind of almost overwhelming, but you get the feeling that, we're starting to understand how some of this might have come about. Whew. Well, I don't know. It's really, it seems like it's, some people like open up to it quickly. Other people are very blocked. It's not difficult. I mean, it's not easy to, kind of open up to a new paradigm, and when there's so many different kinds of, I mean, if you want to believe in alien astronauts, you got a whole team on the internet to support that. If you think it's, the Earth is flat, you got people like that. If you want Nibiru, that's the cause of it. You've got all kinds of scenarios to explain things, and you got a lot of people to support that belief. So, how do you say the electric universe story is more credible, and that, we deserve more, converts than other people? It's kind of hard to say, but in the end, it's basically your own research. You can just introduce it to people, and some people do respond, but it's a slow process of bringing the message across, and you just have to follow your own passion, I think, and hopefully it'll rub off on some people. That's what I think. Yes, I think so, but not as much as what people thought or hoped that it would. I just think we live in a time when we have these paradigms that are just so deeply etched. The whole Darwinian paradigm of uniformitarianism. It's like 150 years now. It's like we just don't want to revisit, a past that might have been, a really disturbing thing, and so we have this deeper sense of, we like the order that we have right now, and maybe we like the economic order we have too, and the political order. We don't really, we don't like it, but we know it's kind of got problems, but, I can still go out the day, I can go to my job, I can come home at night, I can kiss my kids when I come home, and, we want that. We don't really want to know, too deeply what's going on. So I think there's like a self-imposed, there's a self-selective, I don't know, it's all driven by, wanting to protect yourself. And a lot of people, they don't really want to know. Yeah, normalcy bias.
Yes.
Do you really want to know this stuff? I mean, most people don't.
Red pill or blue pill?
Yeah. Well, then if you know something, then you have responsibility. So what are you going to do with it? Are you going to be depressed? Are you going to be excited that you share it with somebody and then lighten the burden? Are you going to change your life with this? Are you going to be upset that you found this new information and you wish you hadn't because you popped your bubble? People get near this stuff, they get a little woogie, because it's a very significant knowledge, and we're all different. We're all made differently. Yeah, because I have more of the psychology, sociology, and a lot of the people here, they're just in the science. Want to make the correction, and then somebody will do good things with the correction, but they're just here to do that. They're not into trying to figure out the whole ball of wax. But us psychologists are trying to figure out what makes people tick, and so you want to ask the deeper questions, and and you can even see people here that don't want to go in a certain area, and or don't have the background, don't have the interest. So everybody's different. But that's what's exciting about this group, because there's room for everybody. So we're at this really weird stage where just regular people can actually, find a niche that they can contribute towards. So once people start to realize, they get really excited, because it's not. You realize the world's not controlled by all these, professionals, that get the grant money, and that they're pretty lost right now. So we have this opportunity to find our own little niches. And then, over some years, like the Electric Universe community, you can work your way out. You can do the breakout room session for 1 year, and you kind of get vetted there. And then you get invited to do the main hall, and you work your way up through your own efforts at organizing your knowledge, and having something really unique that you can share with people. I don't know what the solution is. I used to think, we'll just have to have knowledge, and we'll uncover this, and we'll have a catharsis, and we'll have a better understanding, and we'll all laugh at our, at our silly past and how we, misinterpreted events and stuff like that. But on the other hand, there's a lot of people that are deeply enmeshed in the old beliefs, that are, might act out in some terrible way. I mean, that was Velikovsky's fear, that if we, did reveal this information, the monster might appear, and, people without a system in order to live by, most people are kind of sheep-like, they want to go with a herd, go along to, be along. And if you don't have that as an underpinning, people can get very scared and very crazy. So that could also precipitate a difficult situation. So, when you look around the world today, you see a lot of people that you have everybody that's got their own interpretation of what's going on, so we're all just kind of like in flux. So it could really become a difficult situation. So I don't know. I have to stay tuned.
We gotta pray.
You pray. That's one thing you can do. Or you can come to the Electric Universe conference and work it out with other people and share your truth and your research, and hope that that opens some eyes, and we can slowly unravel this, and so that's not a fear that because we don't have the same fear, we shouldn't have the same fear, because it's a different era for the Earth. Not that we won't have disturbances from comets or asteroids or whatever, but there was a period in human history not that long ago that there was a very difficult situations. But that's not happening anymore. So maybe we could say to ourselves, look, we're through that, and now we have science, we have deductive reasoning, and we have a tradition of hypothesis and evidence, and So let's look at this and say, okay, let's calm down. We know what happened before now. We have an idea. It's not like that anymore. So maybe we can get out of it that way.